There's some eggs here. Once I get going, a couple things are going to happen pretty quickly, and then I'll have plenty of time to explain what very little I can about this game. So I'll just go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. It's me, I come out of an egg. Then there's this old man here who's standing behind the pillar. Says, "Don't stand in the sun. The sun's bad." There it is. There's some other people coming out of eggs. They're not important. We don't like to stand in the sun. It's bad. No. I've never died there before. I don't know what happened. That's better. So yeah, if you stand out in the sun too long, you die. Well, usually you don't die. If I get far enough up this tower, then I won't die. And that's where I'm going. All the way to the top. There's pretty much nothing to this game other than just climb. You can do jumps, and then any surface that is like even slightly off vertical, you can climb that. So we're just gonna run and jump up this big abstract mess of blocks, and not stay in the sun for too long. And I'm going to try very hard to remember the right route up this thing because everything looks the same, and it's very hard to remember where to go. There's a couple of jumps there to get you around some overhangs. We have to do that a couple of times. Those lamps are checkpoints, which is good, because there's a good chance that I will fall off somewhere. And falling off would be bad. If I fall off, you get to see the picture of Okana that I have behind the game, in case I have to close the game. Because that's the fastest way for me to reset. Yeah, Oscar, I do apparently do a lot of climbing games. Even in Warden, I do some climbing. Hang in there. Just like the kitten one. Don't worry about the whale in the background. I have no idea what it's about. Tricky jump where you have to go like way far back. But if you get too far up on the other one, you bonk your head and you can't jump high enough. This one. So yeah, really the only way to tell you're on the right path is by seeing those lanterns, the lamps. And, getting higher up. But there are definitely some paths that are... I almost forgot. There are definitely some paths that are dangerous and will do bad things to you. Like put you in the sun or get you stuck. And there's tricky little holes in the geometry that do things like that too. I don't remember which way the right way is. No, I want to be further this way. Sometimes that house will have a cutscene trigger on it, so I want to avoid that, but I forgot where it was, and I walked right up next to it instead of around the other way. big jump around a corner to land on this part. Everything's going fine so far. There's, as far as I know, literally only one other person who's run this game. They seem to have done one run 3 months ago. They're the only person on the board. They're the moderator for the speedrun, and they haven't been online since then. So I technically have the world record for this game, but it's not on speedrun.com because the only person who mods it isn't active. There we go. It is not the Englishman, although that's been the bane of your and Koi's existence. Oh no. I'm forgetting where the sun is. I hope I'm remembering the right way out. It's very hard to remember the path because everything is identical. I don't think this is it. No, this is definitely not it. How do I get out of here? Let me out. I've done something incorrect. This looks better. Yeah, there's a thing. Okay, yeah, I know right where I am now. I just made one wrong turn. This is a game I picked up from the Racial Justice and Equality bundle, and it shares a couple of features that a lot of the games that I've found on there have, which is that it's very simple graphically, and it's got a lot of philosophy just kind of like slapped on it. And now the music really kicks up. You can tell you're in the, oh no, please son, don't touch me. The music's kicked up, so you know you're like halfway there. We're not halfway, we're like most of the way there. Or not most of the way, we're almost halfway there. When we're halfway there, or about halfway there, the sun actually won't hurt us anymore because we'll be above it. And as everyone knows, if you're higher than the sun, it can't hurt you. Yeah, if you own the Racial Justice Bundle Equality thing, you own this game, and you too, you can be the third ever speedrunner of this here video game. It's strange. I kind of want to like play it just to explore sometime to see if I can figure out where that whale is / comes from or goes or something. I don't know, so. But I've just been trying to do a good speedrun on it, and there's no time in speedruns to look at whales. No one look at my Remython grow up run. I definitely didn't spend 20 minutes looking for a whale. We're almost to that break point where the sun stops hurting us. It's not grow up, Greg, because we don't grow anything. We just climb a thing. Grow up has a bunch of climbing, and there's cute critters and a robot that goes bleep bleep. this way. Let's see if it was this one. Yeah. Alright. So now the sun can't hurt us anymore because we're higher up than it is. And we gotta climb across all these spindly shapes. Noodles. I don't remember which surfaces I'm allowed to climb. They put a lot of, like, nearly vertical surfaces in this area, so it's very hard to remember which ones you're allowed to climb and which ones you're not. If you run up to a wall that you can't climb, you will just, like, cease all vertical movement and just kind of hang out there for a minute. Which we will use a little bit to our advantage coming up. Oh no. So I'm going to reset there. Oh boy. I tabbed out and saw a blaze ball, and the peanut is spinning around and said, wow. It's going to look like we start over from the beginning, but we don't. We just start over from here. There's still checkpoints, even though there's not lamps. Don't blaze ball and speedrun, kids. It's dangerous to try and do that. We were trying to speedrun blaze ball, but blaze ball took too long, and Oscar took too speed. I was trying to be done with blaze ball before this happened. That's better. So some of these are a little bit tricky, but overall they're not too bad. You just gotta know where you're supposed to be jumping, and they're not that bad. The worst jump is of course, the literal hardest jump in the entire game is the second to last jump, and has definitely cost me and the other person who runs this game a lot of time. Because you have to do a sequence of slightly less hard, but still pretty hard jumps to get to it. And then if you miss that one, you go back. You have to do that set again. I'm not a Shoe Thieves fan. I'm a Taco fan now. I don't know. The hardest jump to make is jumping to conclusions. So now we get some more weird shapes. I don't know why there's just like parts of buildings floating up here. We're about to get some like rusty steel beams to run on. I don't know. I couldn't possibly explain this to you. I don't know why these shapes are here. I don't know why it's these shapes. It's not gonna we're gonna get to the top, and it's not gonna make any sense. It's the answers are not at the top of this. You have to get there to win the game. But that's not where the answers are. These are weird because they twist around a lot, and so you have to like move around and like skirt around these corners on them so that you can get to the side you can climb. So that can be a pain sometimes. there's a part coming up that I always forget. You have to like go partway up one of these and then turn around and jump backwards onto a piece that's like barely in your view on your way up, and like doesn't look like the right way, but then it definitely is the right way. Oh, Okana's in the background. You may hear some squeaking. That's Okana. Everyone say hi, Okana. No. Please. Please, bar, let me up. There we go. Hang on. Yeah, it's this one. This one won't actually get you where you want to go. You think it will, but it won't. You have to go this way. And then some of these are also decoys. Like, I don't actually want to step on that one. I want to get on this one. And then I want to ignore that one and go all the way over here. And some more jumping around corners. Not recommended for people who are very afraid of heights or falling. I'm one of them. I don't recommend this game for me. Hate to think about falling from heights. Alright, we are in the final stretch. That last platform we were just on is the last checkpoint, and that hole in the ceiling above us is the end. So if this jump, I skip one block, really good jump. I line up for this jump, which is not that bad but looks bad, and then this one is like so precise, and we made it first try. Alright, and time will be when I get a cutscene at the top of this, and that'll be Hatch. It will not be a world record, but it will be a pretty good run. 17-17. I like it. The old man is proud of us. He's proud of me. You just kind of were here too. But we can relax now. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you are. Don't fall in the hole. Don't think about the fact that when you look over the edge of this thing that was floating in the sky, it leads to a beach that then leads to the ocean. We were not in the ocean before, but now below us is the ocean. And that's pretty much all there is. So, Jake, you can take it away whenever you want.